Kenya has been growing tea for more than a century in the volcanic soils east and west of the Great Rift Valley. Today, Kenya is by far Africa's largest tea producer, accounting for a quarter of the world's tea. And yet, for entrepreneurs to enter and contest this market, there is a seemingly impenetrable regulatory barrier. The law says that the license for a new tea factory requires approval from the existing tea producers. Yes, tea producers can explicitly block a new competitor from entering the market. Now meet...
My name's Barnabas from Sisibo Tea Factory, Field Extension Officer. So kwa leo tuko sehemu za Mwachon kuweza kusensitize wakulima. Tunataka wapande chai as much as possible. Generally, agriculture is the backbone of our economy. If you look around, you'll find that we have several kinds of farming, be it tea farming, be it maize farming, wheat farming. So it's the major supporting factor in our economy. That's why we encourage farmers to do farming as much as possible, so as to increase the economic support for our country. So in regards to tea, Mwachon area is very conducive. Look at the soil. The soils are red volcanic soil. We have done a research and we found that the pH of this soil lies between 4.5 to 6, which is very conducive for tea farming. Also, look at the climate. Rain throughout the year, then warm climate, which is very good for tea. We have tea nurseries established around this area. So it will be convenient for farmers to get seedlings for planting. And very soon we have a transporting van which will be tapping tea from producing areas around this Mwachon area. So generally Mwachon area is the best for tea. Generally we have several varieties of tea. We have C12, we have TN14, and we have purple tea. And after our research, we found that purple tea is conducive for Mwachon area. This is because, look at purple tea. It's the future of tea. In the next 15-20 years, even the grey tea farmers will be shifting to purple tea. So the Mwachon people, I advise you to plant purple tea. Comparing purple tea with the rest of the teas, that is the green tea, you find that purple tea prices are a bit higher, especially whereby production is done solely as purple tea. It fetches as much as $2.5 per kilo, compared to the other teas which fetches up to about $1.5 to $2. So in general, purple tea is recommended for our farmers to get more money and to be economically empowered. Mwachon being a little bit far from tea factory, you find that probably transport might be a problem. Taking it up to the factory, it might be costly, but we have a solution for that. We have set aside a transporting van which will be coming around to pick teas for farmers around this area, so they should not worry because that is covered. So purple tea normally they mature very easily, so our farmers should be constantly monitoring their farms to ensure that the purple tea is monitored for pruning, for plucking, and for transportation, to ensure that it's kept within the reach. We don't want our teas to overgrow. The future of tea in Mwachon is very bright, given that farmers have extensive and vast lands capable of planting. So I advise farmers to plant. Let them start small and let it expand. In future, we shall be celebrating estates in Mwachon area. Generally, its lifespan is between 100 to 115 years, covering several generations. So we have the older generation benefiting from the tea, we have the younger generation. So all in all, it covers close to 3